Okay, two confessions I need to start out with. Number one, I loves me some Mastodon. I absolutely do. As far as modern prog rock goes, I'm not sure you can do too much better than these guys. They are one of the most technically proficient bands in the industry, and their unequaled instrumentation and sense of melody is beyond choice. In my eyes, they're a gold standard band. Full-on Scrooge McDuck, baby. But at the same time, this leads me into confession number two. You see, as much as I love these guys, I only really started getting into them after 2011's The Hunter. Don't adjust your monitors, people. That sound you're hearing is the sound of at least a few dozen Mastodon fans immediately dismissing my opinion. Which, hey, you're more than welcome to do, I understand, believe me. But my original exposure to this band was Crack the Sky, and look, as enjoyable as that album is in retrospect, at the time, as a newbie, it was really hard to get in the 13-minute songs about astral projection, golden umbilical cords, and Tsarist Russia, for God's sake. While I'd say this band has never released a bad or even mediocre album, I would say that some albums do serve as better ambassadors than others, and for me, The Hunter was a much better ambassador to their sound than Crack the Sky was. That album allowed me to fully grasp their sound, and it made me actively want to explore their catalog, and with Once More Around the Sun being a continuation upon that album, you better believe I'm happy with the results here. I mean, I only bring these points up because more of the same seems to be a common theme amongst people who seem to have problems with this album. But A, I can't say I wholeheartedly agree with that, and B, even if I did, the same in point here was a sparkling chocolate-covered morsel of concentrated joy, rainbow kisses, and freedom, so having more of it can't be too bad of a thing. The instrumentation here is as rich and gorgeously executed as we've come to expect from this band. Bill Kellier and Brent Hines' respective guitar work complement each other to a point of near singularity, or at least synchronicity, particularly on tracks like Tread Lightly and Motherlode and Feast Your Eyes. Troy Sanders is flying across his fretboards, and his bass absolutely growls on songs like High Road and Asleep in the Deep, and Brand Daler's drums are so goddamn fluid and succulent you could bottle and sell them as Godiva liqueur. He never misses a beat. It's seriously impressive. Even the vocals are top-notch. Daler and Sanders get a lot of time behind the mic on this one, and given that I think they're the two better of this band's three vocalists, that's always welcome to see in my book. No offense to Brent Hines or anything, but sometimes he can just be a touch too nasally for me? I don't know. I also think that the album's overall musical style helps complement the vocals, too. We never really slow things down too much on this outing. We don't have a Creature Lives, Joseph Merrick, or Pendulous Skin moment here. It starts aggro and stays aggro, and given the vocal stylings of these three, well, 2.5 in my opinion, I think this style suits them best. I guess if I do have one small complaint, it would be that the lyrics aren't quite as interesting as they were on Hunter, but really, how in the hell were they supposed to top that? I mean, their last album had songs about goat vengeance, lonely marine life, and star fucking. Not star fucking, mind. Star fucking. So, how on earth are you supposed to top that? Hell, I almost feel like the lyrics on the last album had an extra layer of bonkers spread on them, just to help make up for the fact that there wasn't a concept on that record. But on this album, they seem to be more comfortable with non-conceptual writing, and things stay interesting without flying off the handle too much. Maybe Coheed and Cambria should be taking notes. They're about as grounded as Mastodon lyrics can get, but the band still sounds like Mastodon, so the old guard should be satisfied here, I think. And even that I wouldn't say is a complaint, per se, just more of a stray observation. I mean, really, I don't have too much to harp on with this release, guys. If you're thinking about getting into Mastodon, you should definitely give it a spin. If you're a fan, or at least one that didn't cry havoc after the band stopped writing songs about the elements, you definitely need to check it out. And personally, I wouldn't take much heed to those calling this album samey. I mean, even if that were the case, it's not. It would simply be like someone taking your Reese's cups and trading them in for a king size. Sometimes staying the course can be a good thing. But if 10 years down the line we get a whole warehouse full of Reese's, then maybe I'll register a complaint or two. But for now, I'm satisfied. Once More Around the Sun gets 5 scorched genitals out of 5.